So the San Francisco 49ers today worked out multiple running backs. Is a move coming? We're talking about that here on the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. My name is Chase Sr. Before we discuss that, let me ask you a question. Do you want daily Niners shows that are insightful, informative, entertaining, thought-provoking, where you have a voice? If that sounds great, hit that subscribe button. I encourage you to do so. Here on this platform, on this program, we give you news, analysis, opinions, and reactions. We do live shows and watch parties for every single preseason and regular season game. We're all about audience interaction. I want you to have a voice and let your opinions, your analysis be heard. We do long-form content, short-form content via YouTube Shorts. So subscribe today and join the nearly 164,000 people worldwide who have already done so. As for the players who the Niners worked out today at the SAP Performance Facility, running back Jeff Wilson, of course, a familiar name. The Niners signed him as a UDFA several years ago after a solid career with North Texas. Ameer Abdullah, a former second-round pick who was drafted about a decade ago, so he's been around the NFL for a long time. Quarterback Carter Bradley, the Raiders recently let him go. He is the son of Gus Bradley, who is an assistant head coach for the 49ers and a member of this defensive staff under Robert Saleh. Marquez Callaway, who a few years ago had a pretty big year with the New Orleans Saints but hasn't done much of late. Andy Isabella is a former second-round pick who went to UMass. He was an All-American there, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, but hasn't worked out for him in his NFL career, but he can fly, 4.3 speed. Running back Deion Jackson, running back Dearness Johnson, who has been with a couple of teams and has had some production at the NFL level. And then Cornell Powell, as producer Chip would say, a Clemson legend, as both Chip and Cornell Powell, Clemson legends. Now, you may be wondering, obviously there's a quarterback there and some wide receivers there. So the 49ers have been busy the first 2 weeks of training camp working out wideouts. But at running back specifically, you're probably asking yourselves, well, Chase, aren't the 49ers set at the running back position? I mean, yeah, Christian McCaffrey has had a fantastic training camp. He looks to be back in that CMC form that we saw in 2023 when he was the Offensive Player of the Year, top 5 in MVP voting, like the player who the Niners traded for in 2022, who has completely transformed, when healthy, Kyle Shanahan's offense. Isaac Guerendo, he's 220 pounds, runs 4.3, he's physical, he has getaway speed, he can catch the ball out of the backfield, and he's an acrobatic athlete. You have Kyle Juszczyk as the lead fullback. You have the rookie Jordan James, who the Niners selected in the 5th round out of Oregon. More on him in a moment. Patrick Taylor, a taller back who's more of a special teamer, but he's in that running back room. And I like UDFA Corey Kiner, an LSU recruit, transferred to Cincinnati. He was highly productive, but has small hands and fumbles the football a lot. That's been an issue for him throughout training camp. But with Jordan James, he did not practice on Tuesday, as I record this show on Wednesday, July 30th. This could indicate that he got hurt, and whatever injury he is dealing with that hasn't been disclosed yet will cost him some time. That would, of course, be unfortunate and a shame, because if James is out for a while, you're without a rookie running back who had shown a lot of promise. He had a good spring during rookie minicamp, OTAs, mandatory minicamp, and throughout the summer so far in training camp, he's been really good. Contact balance, picking up yards after contact. He does have pass-catching ability. When he was at Oregon, we talked about this. He was trusted. Didn't fumble once throughout his whole Oregon career. He has a lot of pop, and I really like his contact balance. So I think his future is very bright. But if he is hurt, and if he misses some time, that running back room takes a hit, and the Niners probably look at that running back position and say, we need to make a move, which is why, as we tie everything together, they're looking at potentially signing a running back, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if that ends up happening. Of course, the familiar face that I mentioned, running back Jeff Wilson. Spent a few years with the Niners. San Francisco traded him away to the Miami Dolphins as he teamed back up with Mike McDaniel after the Christian McCaffrey trade. Jeff Wilson was a running back who wasn't going to get carries once McCaffrey was dealt from Carolina to the Niners. And so San Francisco did him a favor, and they gave him an opportunity to go to Miami, and he had his moments with the Dolphins. Signed with the Niners as the UDFA out of North Texas in 2018. He was with San Francisco from 2018 through 2022. Pretty good run for an undrafted free agent. He led the Niners in rushing yards, actually, back in 2020, the year after the Niners made it to the Super Bowl. They had all those injuries. And so it was J-Dub who ran for 600 yards to lead all running backs on this Niners roster. As for what he's done the last 4 years, he got hurt last year, and so he was limited to 9 games. In 2023, 10 games played with the Dolphins, 41 carries, a $188, 4.5 yards per carry. In 2022, had a career year. Split between the Niners and the Dolphins, 176 totes, 860 yards, 4.9 yards per carry, and 5 touchdowns. Clearly a scheme fit for Kyle Shanahan, a scheme fit for Mike McDaniel, and he could make sense to come back to the Niners as a player who might not make the 53, but maybe he could be a practice squad guy, and he gives you that scheme familiarity. As for Ameer Abdullah, went to Nebraska, second-round pick, I think all the way back in the 2015 NFL draft. So he's been around the NFL for a decade, and he is more of a pass-catching back as compared to Jeff Wilson, who is that classic outside zone runner. Last year, Abdullah with the Raiders, 66 carries, 311 yards, 2 touchdowns. But the Raiders had a lot of issues at the running back spot, and that opened up an opportunity for Abdullah. Dearness Johnson, he's played with the Browns, played most recently with the Jacksonville Jaguars last year. Limited action for him. 32 carries, 143 yards. He played his college football at South Florida, 5'10", 208, packs a little bit of a punch. So would not be surprised if the Niners make a move at the running back spot, and I would imagine that would indicate that Jordan James during that Monday practice session suffered some type of injury. Hopefully it's not a severe injury that keeps him out for a while, because he has been a training camp winner for me, and I want to continue to see his development inside this Niners offense. Coming up next, we're not done. Come on now. We're going to continue to give you some great info. The Niners rookie wide receiver who has been making plays. Who is it? Because there's been a couple throughout training camp. Stay tuned to find out. We also have some video that we want to show you. But this deal, thanks to our friends at Fanatics, the sponsor of today's show, is an awesome one. This Niners cutoff hoodie was $55, now on sale for just $33. That is $22 off. You use that link down below. You can save money, look good, and rep the Niners. Check, check, check. It's awesome. Chatsports.com/49ers cutoff. Going to put that link down below in the show notes and attached to the pinned comment of today's show. As for that rookie wide receiver, it is 4th-round pick Jordan Watkins. Started his college career at Louisville. Then he went to Ole Miss. And once Trey Harris went down for the Ole Miss Rebels last year, it was Jordan Watkins who became the number 1 wideout in Lane Kiffin's system for quarterback Jackson Dart. He has been reliable as far as his health throughout his college career, or at least was. I should use past tense because now he's in the NFL. He was very sure-handed throughout his college career, did not drop a lot of passes. He was also very explosive, as we're about to talk about. But as you can see here, pretty strong with that lower half to break arm tackles, pick up yards after the catch. You can use him on crossers, but he also tracks the ball well, like a Willie Mays center field type of wide receiver who can really track the ball while it's in the air. Clay Kubiak, he got elevated to Niners offensive coordinator this offseason. Here's what he had to say about Jordan Watkins after Brock Purdy in the spring said about Watkins, he's been balling. Another guy we're impressed with mentally, Kubiak said. He did a good job in the spring. Obviously, he had a good OTAs. But coming back and just starting to stack days and stack in the mental, that's the strain on a rookie. Obviously, the strain on your body, but then the mental strain of showing up to practice every day, being on it. And he does that, right? He has shown that he can handle the mental load. He does a really good job, and he's just got to keep getting better and keep showing up to practice and getting after it. Well, yesterday, he had the highlight play of practice when he caught a 50-plus yard bomb from Brock Purdy. And what you like to see is a rookie taking advantage of his opportunities, given injuries to the wide receiver position. No Brandon Ayuk in camp. Juwan Jennings has missed the last few practices because of that calf injury. Ricky Pearsall practiced back-to-back days, but he hasn't been able to stack days. And so Jordan Watkins has shown up. Now it's time for him to really work on that consistent connection with Brock Purdy, running the same route over and over again, the repetition. And as we know, Kyle Shanahan, very tough on young wide receivers in their development. But here's a YouTube short that I did last night of that long ball from Brock Purdy to Jordan Watkins. Here's a look at that play and some more analysis from yours truly. The play of 49ers training camp today, this 50-plus yard long ball from Brock Purdy to rookie fourth-round pick out of Ole Miss, Jordan Watkins. Purdy sensing some pressure around him in the pocket, steps up, and he let it fly. Of note, Jordan Watkins in the pre-draft running a 4.3 40-yard dash. You see the long speed on display as he gets past the Niners defense. He was also a very explosive player last year for the Ole Miss Rebels. The only player in college football, FBS, with 5-plus catches of 60-plus yards. Also, throughout his entire college career, a very sure-handed wide receiver as well. He can track the ball very well. If he continues to make plays like this, he can have a role in this Niners offense in 2025, which I would be very excited about. Because in years prior, the Niners have been a slower offense, but last year, they were awful as far as separation goes. With long speed, deep speed like this, Watkins can help in that area. And that's some of the short-form content that we do here on the 49ers Report as well. There's the Shorts tab on the YouTube channel, but there for Jordan Watkins. You see the long speed. You see the ball tracking. You see the speed to get by the defense, then the pull-away speed. If that play was in a game, he'd be rumbling for a very long touchdown. And how about Brock Purdy sensing some pressure around the pocket, stepping up to launch that long ball? I thought that Brock Purdy couldn't throw deep. Well, actually, he's been one of the most efficient deep ball throwers in the NFL since he came into the league in 2022. Don't forget to give me a follow on X and Instagram. I put short-form videos like that up on my social media pages in addition to keeping you informed right here on the show. It's at Chase_Senior on X and IG.